Well, it's a very much a changed market, and that's mainly come about as a result of the restrictions we've got in being able to conduct property inspections and the restrictions on people basically requiring them to stay at home. So very big effect in that regard, slowed sales. The buyers that are in the market are generally buyers at the moment that have got finance approved and are wanting to secure a property with the current approval they have, or buyers that have sold that are needing to move. We have seen a big pickup of online inquiries, and discussing with those buyers, a lot of them are going to be in the market as soon as these restrictions have been lifted. The common comment is, look, we're interested, we're looking, yes, we will be interested to inspect, but just not yet. So whilst the market's slowed at the moment, we're expecting when this lifts and coming into spring, it'll be an active market again. We've seen a significant increase in inquiry. It's not yet obviously translating to inspections because of the travel restrictions, but we're expecting really renewed interest from offshore, particularly Hong Kong. We started to see a big uplift in sales, inspection sales, inquiry before Christmas with all the demonstrations in Hong Kong. This virus has really slowed that down, or the ability to act, but certainly inquiries much higher. It won't only bolster the market, it's going to have enormous positive benefit. Interest rates are at record lows. All the financial forecasts are saying they're going to be at these type of lows for the next 2 or 3 years. Buyers can lock in loans for 2 and 3 year rates at 2.19%. It's never been cheaper. Proving that up was the amount of inquiry we're receiving. Whilst we're not able to conduct a lot of inspections at the moment and people are weary of being out, the level of inquiry is very, very high, and buyers are telling us they're going to be active once this pandemic passes. So I expect, in a poor market you get very little inquiry, in a market that's healthy you get very good inquiry. That's what we're receiving, simple as that. Well, there's probably two different pieces of advice for two different audiences there. First, with the clients that we're dealing with, is our advice is ensuring that what they're developing is of a high quality, that it's designed to meet the buyer's needs, that it fits the market that they're building or selling to, and that's really, really important. There's going to be a healthy real estate market, but buyers have plenty of choice. They're more conscious of what they're wanting to buy. So I think you've got to get what you're building right for the market. For buyers, my advice is there's never been a better time. We had a downturn here 2 years ago, which we haven't recovered from. I think the value or pricing is at a point that it's probably the best we've seen in the market. And then you've got low interest rates that make property very affordable. So don't miss the opportunity to buy now. Property will continue to sell and prices will go up, particularly with these low rates. So buy now. Well, okay, there's probably confidence in quite a few different, we'll say, buyer types or demographics. We're finding empty nesters are very strong. There's a lot of people still selling down their family home and wanting to adopt apartment living and different lifestyles. So, very strong segment of the market. First home buyers are very active. There's great incentives, there's great value, interest rates are low. It's probably in the main, what you'd say, the main market is owner-occupiers. Investor inquiry and sales is improving, but it's mainly property that's appealing to owner-occupiers is selling the most. No, I don't think there's been major changes as a result of COVID-19 as to what people are looking for. It's changed practices that they're not able to be out inspecting property as regularly as they'd like to be, but they're looking for the same type of property they were previously. If anything, what it'll do, I think it'll slow things a little bit, that people have more time to look. So I think people will be, really doing their research and being confident then in their decision to buy, because they've had time to satisfy themselves as to what the market is and what they can afford and what they want. One of the biggest changes has been as buyers' concern around who has developed the property they're buying. They're wanting good quality and they're wanting a surety around an ongoing quality or enduring quality in the property, particularly because of some of the problems there's been. And a great way to showcase that is this project here that we're doing this interview. This is High Line at Westmead by Daycorp, and often the first question is the buyers say, who's building? When we say it's Daycorp, they're getting this level of quality. It makes buyers very comfortable, hence why this has been such a sellout. Key changes, probably the biggest has already occurred. The buyers are far more conscious of who they're buying from, who the developer is, who the builder is, have they got a good reputation, and the delivery of the product, are they buying what they've been sold? So big change there that occurred, probably started to occur 18 months ago, and it's first and foremost in people's mind. The other big change we're seeing is buyers are getting more and more conscious of transport. You know, Sydney's very expensive to move around in and people want good transport options. So close to train, buses again, I'm repeating myself on what I said earlier, but it's a really big consideration. Oh, I think this is a great example of, you know, a stock that appeals to buyers. It's right on transport, you've got the train, you've got the new light railway that'll be right at the front, you're immediately opposite the hospital, huge rental demand, it's master planned, it's a beautiful development, well designed, great amenity, and really convenient. Most projects the projects that we're getting the most inquiry for have these type of attributes. You know, great, good location, access, and in an area where people are wanting to live. I think it's right now it's a really prominent consideration, a major consideration. I think it'll only become more important in people's decision-making process. People want to live in an apartment, but they want to step outside, they want to enjoy the environment, they want a sense of community with their neighbours. So the developments that provide a lot more, say, placemaking, provide more amenity, they're going to be the developments that appeal the most to buyers. And we see it here with this development. One of the this development in Westmead that attracts a premium price to what is surrounding it because it offers a lot more. And it's got great facilities, pools, gardens, great outdoor landscape. It's master planned. It's a really beautiful environment to live within. Definitely. I think it's made buyers very much aware of the environment they're living in, so they're more considerate of their outlook, they're more considerate what parks I've got around me, where I walk. I think as a result of this, buyers are going to be a lot more conscious of how they want to live their life and being active, and I think that's going to really play into what type of property they're buying and how good of an environment it is. I'll tell you what we've done. We've used the time to improve our platform. So our online system, our website we're working on, we've improved we've done a lot more training around with Salesforce, the sales people be able to use it. We've been a lot more contact with our database in getting better understanding of the type of property they're going to be looking for, so that we have buyers that we know that when we have the right property we can go to them. We've looked at audience segmentation of our database, we've built personas around our database. A lot of work that we had planned over 12 months we've brought forward and been able to do over a shorter period. So the idea being when we return or come out of this market, we're more active again, we'll be a lot more focused and can provide our clients a lot better value. Not only our developer clients in in being able to sell their properties, but the buyers that we're talking to that have registered their interest, being ensuring that we know what they're after and offering the right product. Well, the major challenges, we've big change that we've had to work from home. But we've got organised really quickly. We're talking to our clients all the time. We've got team meetings. We're using technology to stay in touch. And we're talking all the time as a team. So we're reaching out to one another to make sure everyone's okay. And it is very challenging. You're working from home, you're doing homeschooling, you're talking to buyers, you're frustrated you can't do inspections. It's a difficult time, but that is for all of us. And I think we're very fortunate that we've got jobs and we've got really good clients that are in the same position as us. So I think it's just a case that we're probably working more closely together with everyone, internally and with our clients.